Hi, my name is Liudas Butkus, and in today's video of What to HODL, I'm going to talk about an upcoming hard fork of Bitcoin. It's coming on October 25th, and the hard fork will be called Bitcoin Gold. So this is why this beautiful picture is here. In this video, I want to talk what are the chances of it becoming the dominant fork, and what improvements does it bring to the table? Well, the improvements that it wants to do is to make Bitcoin more decentralized. It wants to bring mining to the masses. Right now, if you want to mine Bitcoin, you need to have an ASIC miner, which is very expensive. What it wants to do, it wants to change the Bitcoin hashing algorithm into Equihash, which is used by Zcash, and this algorithm can only be mined with GPU miners. So basically, if you have a powerful graphics card on your computer, you would be able to start mining Bitcoin Gold. Now, chances are there will be basically no support from the miners for this, because if you have bought an expensive ASIC miner, you will not be supporting a different fork that basically makes your mining equipment useless. So there's very little support for this. There's basically only a few exchanges that are planning to support this, but there's still time for the announcements to come in. Overall, there's a general opinion in the public that this hard fork will be basically like an airdrop, that every single user of Bitcoin will just receive a different coin that they can do whatever they want, and it having the chances of becoming the new hard fork, the new Bitcoin, the dominant Bitcoin, is very, very low. But there are a couple of scenarios in which this hard fork, the Bitcoin Gold, can become the dominant one. The first scenario is Ethereum will be switching from proof of work to proof of stake. That will happen, I think, in a couple of updates to Ethereum. So there's at least half a year or even more going to pass until this happens, but this hard fork is already on October 25th, so it might die out even not reaching that time. But what might happen is that once Ethereum will be proof of stake, all these GPU miners that people have, people will need to decide what do they want to mine next, and they will need to pick a coin. And one of the choices that they will have is going to be Bitcoin Gold. If it has a lot of value, if it will be as valuable as Bitcoin Cash right now, which is a recent hard fork of Bitcoin, then a lot of people might decide to mine this coin, this new hard fork. But if it will be somewhere around here, the adoption might be not as likely. But if people decide to start mining Bitcoin Gold and use all their GPUs to provide the network with hashing power, then the value of Bitcoin Gold might rise, and it might have a slight chance of becoming the dominant hard fork if everyone decides to use it. The next scenario is when in November there's another hard fork coming called Segwit 2x, and there's a very, very slight, a very small chance of it being a major failure and something bad happening, and then Bitcoin Gold could be like a backup of the whole Bitcoin blockchain. This sounds even less likely in my opinion, but it might happen, maybe, no, we'll see. So these are two scenarios when this can become a dominant hard fork. So if you want to receive Bitcoin Gold on October 25th, you need to have your Bitcoins in your wallet where you have full access to it and full control of it. If you are holding Bitcoin in exchanges, you will likely not get your Bitcoin Gold. With Bitcoin Cash, if you were holding on Coinbase, you still haven't received your Bitcoin Cash. Some other exchanges released it much quicker, but overall it was a huge hassle. It's much better to just have them on your own wallet. Now, there are some problems with Bitcoin Gold. Firstly, there's still no wallet. It might be released soon, but there's still no wallet that supports it. Also, there are some problems with the code, which might lead to lost funds, so you should be very careful. There's a replay attack that can happen, which is the Bitcoin Gold addresses have the same structure as Bitcoin. They will have the same structure. So if you're sending funds from Bitcoin into a different address to some person, the same address might be in Bitcoin Gold, and there might be some problems and mismatches through the blockchains. It's very technical, but there might be a problem with that. They still haven't released a fix to the code to make sure this doesn't happen. So I would be very careful and not go and spend my Bitcoin the same day the Bitcoin Gold hard fork happens. So be very careful with that. Now, about price speculations, it's very hard to say how valuable it can be and for how long will it be in the top, or for how long will it be supported by people. With Bitcoin Cash, I thought it will just go quickly down and disappear into the oblivion of cryptocurrencies. But even after months, it's still quite high, and it's the fourth biggest cryptocurrency with 6 billion in market cap, and the price is $360, which is just massive. And on some spikes it was even $900. So it's really hard to guess how it will be with Bitcoin Gold. If it gets decent support in the last weeks, maybe a lot of people will start signaling a lot of support to it. The value might be huge, and you will get a huge bonus on top of your Bitcoin holdings, but it might also be a flop and quickly disappear. So, to recap, they want to introduce a new algorithm. People will be able to mine it with GPUs, and if you want to get it, you need to have your Bitcoin in a wallet, and you will need to wait for a Bitcoin Gold wallet to be released. And then you will need to find a new tutorial how that's going to be done. So this is it for this video. Hope it was valuable, and if you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.